Sup, this is Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. And this time I just want to do a little quick. I just want to tell you guys a dream about uh, a dream that I had like a week ago. It's about China invading Japan and invading Japan and Taiwan. Okay. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name's Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. Become physically immortal. See, I'm still very skinny, right? Look at that. Smooth belly. Oh, yeah, I'm 50-year-old, In 3 months, I'll be 51. I still look pretty good, right? If you go to my website, there's a lot of testimonials from Amazon customer reviews. Most of them give me 4-star, 5 stars. So if you're interested, you want to look like me when you're 51, livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video. But anyway, hold on. Yeah, because recently was that Japan just had a new prime minister, right? Kishida Fumio. Yeah, that was his name. And he's very tough on China, and Taiwan is about to enter the CPTPP. The I don't know what that stupid shit is. But anyway, yeah, so I was concerned, because I had a lot of dreams about China invading Japan. Then I got this dream about like a week ago. I just want to share it with everybody. Unfortunately, this dream is sort of complicated, okay? So I have to show you guys slides, If I don't show you the slides, you wouldn't understand it. So anyway, here it is. Enjoy. Okay, this is how my dream goes, okay? I got this dream around was September 27th or something. On that day, I was thinking about Japan and China, and Taiwan. And then that night, okay, I saw a dream, and the dream goes like this. Me and my brother were like sitting in a movie theater watching a movie, See, I already, in real life, I already cut tie with my brother long time ago. I cut tie with him like 8 years ago. We don't see each other anymore, But anyway, me and my brother sitting inside a movie theater. We're about to watch some movie, right? And then I remember the first part of the movie is like some guy is really weak, that they weak. They can't fight, People talking shit about that guy. He can't fight. Then suddenly, wow, that guy start to fly. He's like a Japanese cartoon character, a Japanese manga character. When I was a teenager, I used to read that manga, and it was like he's like the second most popular character in that manga. I forgot what his name is, but this is his picture. Okay, it's from the manga. It's a Japanese manga. It's called Sakigake Odojiku. But anyway, it was that guy, and he started to fly like Superman. And he's wearing his black trench coat. He's flying, and then everybody go, "Oh my God, this guy could fly! Holy shit! Oh my God!" Then I saw a truck, and then there's like soldiers inside a truck. They look like a bunch of terrorists. They don't look like Islamic terrorists. They look like the people from Mad Max. They're like sitting inside. They're like in the truck, and there's like a machine gun on the truck. It's a normal truck, not a military truck. You know how those Islamic terrorists, they always ride their Toyota trucks and shit. It's like that. A whole bunch of these guys are about to do battle with this guy who flies, right? But then they couldn't stop that guy. The guy who flew, he flew to an apartment building. In his hand, okay, he cling on to the window of the building, right? And then in his hand, he got two people. One uh one man, and full grown man, an adult man, right, wearing white t-shirts. Not white t-shirt, white shirts. Those when you go to work, you have to wear a shirt and a tie, right? He's grabbing onto a man who wears a white shirt, okay? And then he saw and then he also grabbed onto a child, looked like a 5-year-old child or something, a male, a male child, okay? And it was one swoop. He threw this bigger the adult man into a window. I'm not sure if it's a lower window or an upper window, but one swoop, he threw that guy into one window. And then the other swoop, he threw that kid into another window. So there's one window on top of him, and then one window at below him. And then one swoop, he threw the first one swoop, he threw the adult into the window. And another swoop, he threw the kid into the window. I sort of don't forgot the I forgot the which one is first. I forgot. All I know is he clings on to that apartment building, and then he's holding two of these people, one adult and one kid, and then one swoop he threw somebody into one window, and then the other swoop he threw somebody into another window, and then suddenly the screen become white. The movie screen becomes white, and then me and my brother were talking. Hey, how come there's no more? How come there's no more movie? What's going on? And then I realized, oh, I have to pay for this. I have to pay for this. Oh, I'm gonna pay with my check. See, for some reason I think I'm gonna have to pay them with a check. See, I have a bank, right? My bank is Bank of America, and I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna write them a check so I can continue on watching this movie. So me and my brother, I think it's just me, or I forgot. Maybe it's just me. I walked to the back, right, and I entered a counter area, and I spoke to this man. I think there's two people there, but I said, how much do I have to pay to keep watching this movie? And then I don't know. Somebody said, oh, I think you have to pay like $400,000. I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, come on. Let's be serious. How much? And then they were like, huh, okay, 400. Pay me 400. I'm like, man, you crazy. $400 for this lousy movie? Man, you crazy. So what I did is this. I saw the counter. On the left side of the counter, there's an exit. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not paying. I'm just gonna leave the theater. So I just walked to the left, and I walked to the left side, and I just exited the theater. I just walked out of the theater, and then that guy, he came out. He came out following me. He's like, yo, 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 you gotta pay. You gotta pay me. You gotta pay me. I'm like, oh my god, how do I get rid of this guy? And I keep walking, and he kept following me. And then for some reason, I saw my brother's wife. My brother's wife appeared in the middle of the night, right? Oh, by the way, it's nighttime. When I walk out of the theater, it's street. It's a street, right? It looked like downtown Broadway. And then I'm just like, and then I saw my brother's wife. She came out of the park. There's like grass, there's trees and grass. It's sort of dark, and suddenly she just came out of that park, and then she told me that you don't have to worry about this guy anymore. I'm gonna take you to my house or something like that. I'm gonna allow you to escape or something. I'm like, oh, thank God. And then I guess, and then I just woke up. But anyway, she saved my brother's wife saved me from this guy. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you away. Don't worry about this guy. I'm gonna take you away like that. Anyway, I woke up and I realized, oh yeah, this is about the war. This is about the war it's about to happen. Based on my other dreams, I know in 2022, okay, Japan is going to make the first move. I don't know if Japan is going to stir peace. They're going to make the first move. And around beginning of 2023, China will start to invade. China will do something. They will invade, or they will attack. China will attack in 2023. And when they talking shit about, oh, this guy, he's weak, he ain't gonna do nothing, they talking shit about China. They think, China's not ready, they can't fight a war. Then suddenly this guy, right, this guy from the manga, he start to fly. That's China right there. He fly like he's Superman, and people are shocked, like, wow, this motherfucker flying, holy shit, right? And then the truck that has like bunch of dudes in it, with machine guns and shit. They look so unprofessional. They look like they're not even real soldiers. They just look like a bunch of gangsters. These guys gather together. There's like, I would say, like maybe how many people? 4 or 5 people. 4 or 5 people. Each one of them represent a country. Probably one is Australia, one is Taiwan, one is Japan, and a few other countries. But they look very, very unprofessional. They like, oh yeah, we're gonna stop this Superman guy who flies. We're gonna stop him. But at the end, they didn't stop him. He flew up to a building and then he started to toss a man into the window and then toss a kid into the window. Okay, those unprofessional soldiers that try to stop Superman, those are a whole bunch of countries like Australia, Japan, Taiwan. They try to stop China's invasion. But they look very unprofessional. They look like they're not even real soldiers. They just look like a bunch of terrorists. And then if they couldn't stop China, obviously. And then the apartment building represents China. The reason is because it represents Chinese culture. The reason is because Chinese people have a saying, 华夏. Hua means, the Chinese culture, and Xia means, in English, it could be like a building, a huge building, a huge apartment complex or something. But Huaxia, it means the Chinese culture, the great Chinese culture. That's basically what it means. And when the Superman guy, he clinged on the window and he threw 2 persons into the windows, right? It means China will conquer two territories all at once. Suddenly, 2 more territories become the great part of China, the great Chinese empire. The bigger guy must be Japan. The bigger guy with white shirt, that must be Japan because that's the guy I saw in the Japanese movie. I was watching this long time ago. I don't know, maybe a few weeks ago. I saw a movie. It's called I forgot a movie title. It's about World War II, but that Japanese guy with the white shirt, he's from that movie. So I know that represents Japan. So that Superman, he tossed that guy into the window. That means from now on, Japan belongs to China. And then he tossed the kid into the window. Then from this point on, Taiwan is officially part of China, like that. And then suddenly the movie stopped. Right? I'm like, hey, what happened? And then I realized, oh, I gotta pay. I gotta pay them by writing them a check. See, because I have, in reality, I do have a checking account at Bank of America. So I'm writing them a check. It's like, oh, I think this part means Americans are complaining. Americans are saying, hey, you better not conquer Japan. And oh, by the way, I think the reason why my brother is sitting beside me watching the movie is because my brother probably represents Biden. Because to me, my brother is a very, very untrustworthy person. He's to me, okay. My brother is a very untrustworthy, shady person. Yeah, you cannot trust this guy with anything. He would steal your money. He would lie to you. He would do everything to hurt your feelings. And to me, that's Biden. My brother. I think my brother represents Biden because you saw what Biden did. Biden, he's just the most terrible president. He didn't do anything for anyone. He left the border wide open. He just withdrew from Afghanistan and left a mess over there and shit. He's a very, very undependable person. So my brother watching the movie with me probably meaning that America during this war, they're not gonna do nothing. Americans will not do anything for Japan or for Taiwan. You know, uh, because he's sitting right beside me watching this movie. He's just sitting there watching the movie. And then so suddenly the screen becomes blank, and I realize, oh, I have to pay using my Bank of America check, right? I think That represents Americans are finally complaining, complaining to the Chinese. And I walked to the back counter to speak to the guy. That means Chinese are confronting Americans. And then they demand, oh, you have to pay us $400,000. I don't know. That probably means, war between America and China started. Some sort of skirmish started. And Americans are trying to make Chinese understand, hey, you guys are in big trouble now. And suddenly they lower the price to $400. I don't know what four really means. Four, it could be like 4 years from now. Right now it's October of 2021, right? So one, two, three, four. What, 2024? Or it could mean that the 400 years. The 400-year prophecy from Genesis. Was it Genesis 15 or something? I think it's Genesis chapter 15. It's talking about the 400-year prophecy. Maybe the 400 represents, we're about to, the humanity is about to be punished by God, and we are right there. I don't know, but I'm not sure. Anyway, and then suddenly the guy in the counter said, $400. You pay me $400, then we cool. Um, but then I didn't pay, right? I'm just like, oh, I saw an exit on the left side, and I just walk right through. I think that represents China invading the United States from Mexico. Because if you look at the map of the United States, Mexico is connected to America on the left side. You know, I think that's where the Chinese people, they just walk right through. I think in the future China will simply land in, they will simply land on Mexico. You know how Mexicans are, man. The Mexicans, you could bribe them. They'll let you do anything as long as you give them money. Chinese military will probably bribe the Mexican officials. Hey, let us land on the Mexican shore, and then and pay them millions of dollars, and the Chinese soldiers can land on Mexico, right? And then the Chinese will just walk right in. They'll just walk into the American border, and then that guy, when I walk out the street, right, that represents Chinese people coming. They come into America. And then the guy at the counter, he followed me out. He's a white guy. He's some redneck white guy. He has a hat on. Yeah, I think that represents Biden's soldiers. And then that guy kept on following me. I'm like, oh, what the fuck, man? Why can't you just leave me alone and shit? Then I saw my brother's wife. My brother's wife, I think she represents Camilla Harris. Okay, because to me, my brother and her wife. I mean, my brother's wife, right? Look, to me, they none of them are good people. You understand? My brother's not a good person. His wife is, in reality, his wife is okay. She's not bad. She's not a bad person. But to me, because I cut ties with my brother already, right? To me, both of them are enemies. But anyway, I think the wife represents Camilla Harris, and Camilla Harris will say, "Hey, let me take you to my house. I'll give you a safe haven." I think Camilla Harris is gonna uh, betray this country. I think Camilla Harris is the one who's going to finally betray America. He's going to sell America to Chinese. She will sell America to Chinese. I think this dream means exactly that. But anyway, that's what I want to say.